Another hormone in your body that completely destroys testosterone.
is what you had in mind. This is what you're getting.
morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Clap your hands, clap, clap, clap. Stomp your feet, stomp, stomp, stomp. Spin around, spin, spin, spin. Alright. Good morning, good morning, good morning. 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 Wash your hands, wash, wash, wash. Shake your hands, shake, shake, shake. Brush your teeth, brush, brush, brush. Alright. Good morning.
Well, good morning and all that, too, and also, in addition to most of that as well. Welcome to the morning show. I had a good show planned today, and I still plan on providing you guys with a good, entertaining show, which is my goal every morning, to help you start the day on a positive note. Maybe you laugh, maybe you cry, you have a good time before all the real world problems start for the day. I'm still going to do my best to do that today, but some disturbing news on multiple fronts today. One piece of information I just received approximately 20 seconds ago when I turned my phone on and checked my text messages. I can't wait for BVD to call in. Listen, if you start a YouTube channel or if you have a YouTube channel, you cannot stream live anything, especially football. They will shut you down. And you'll be mad at yourself. So don't do it. It's not worth the 20 subscribers you'll gain that are never going to watch any of your other videos anyway. They only subscribed because they happen to find you illegally streaming an NFL game. Don't do it. Don't do it. Going to have Ballard on the show. And the morning show, you know what? The morning show is hiring. That's right. The morning show is hiring. 1 year anniversary just came. The morning show has been better than I ever thought it would be. It's been more successful than I ever thought it would be. It's time to expand. It's time to expand. I need, hold on, let's get BBD on. Yeah, good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou.
Well, good news.
What?
It was not the football.
What was it?
Apparently, someone flagged my channel for Sunday's stream claiming sex and nudity.
Oh, well, you can appeal that.
I appealed it, and they've already took the strike down.
Okay, good.
So
Who would do that?
I don't know.
You just don't send me no. Next time, find all this out before you message me. You had me all upset this morning.
I had myself all upset, believe me.
Stop streaming football games.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
You're going to get shut down.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen again.
That's weird that it happened the same day.
It wasn't worth it. No,
Yeah.
well, it was actually, yeah, it was the same day. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It was.
Sex and nudity. What
Yep.
you didn't even, sometimes you talk about weird things on that night show, but I don't even remember
Well,
anything like that coming up or anything.
I think what it was, someone Facebook messaged me a video about, I don't know, several months ago, and I finally looked at it Sunday. And it was, I won't get too descriptive, but it was a video of a guy and a girl, what do they call it, rappelling off the side of a damn cliff.
Right.
About 20 feet down, they stop rappelling and start propelling.
Now that's exciting.
Yeah.
Rappelling.
It's a great video.
Rappelling, I mean.
Yeah. And I stopped it before any clothes came off, any of that. So.
Well, that's alarming, but the good news is you didn't lose your channel till whatever.
Right.
What'd you say it was? February 10th?
February 8th.
Damn, that would have been a long time, sir.
3 months.
Yeah. What did it say originally? No live streaming till then, or no nothing till then?
It said no live streaming,
Yeah.
no uploading videos.
See, that's
And
the
it said-
problem now. That's what they do now. The first thing
Oh,
they
they
do,
hit you hard.
first strike, that first thing they do, they take away your live streaming.
It said a week. It said
and,
first strike is a week, second strike is 2 weeks, third strike you're out.
Man,
So I don't know what the 90 days was all about. But
That's
this happened to
alarming.
catfish last year. I don't know if you remember. it wasn't over sex. It was over some dumb shit in the comments.
Yeah. It also on a stream where he was streaming live football. Just saying. So
Yeah,
I don't know what's
sure.
going on with that. Just a coincidence, I guess.
He's still doing it.
Yeah, I know. Bless his heart.
I don't know.
BBD,
Well, he don't seem to be too concerned about YouTube anyway.
No, he doesn't. Not his own anyway. He's concerned about other
Right.
people's. We're hiring. Forgot to tell you.
Okay. Are you quitting?
No. Couple of big things coming up though. 1 year anniversary. The show clearly has been a huge hit. At least in my mind, it has. It's time to expand.
Okay.
Also, we have contract negotiations coming up.
We do.
Yeah, for you.
All right.
Your 1 year contract ends on December 31st. Now, we're not hiring for your replacement. If I have to replace you, that would be something separate. We'll see how the contract negotiations go. We need a mediator for that, though, an arbitrator.
Okay.
Like in the NFL or whatever, when a player is mad and they have a meeting with Roger Goodell, and there's an arbitrator. We need an arbitrator for mine and your contract negotiations. But we'll do that, I guess. I don't know. We'll do that in December, maybe. But
It's got to be somebody that can at least spell arbitrator.
right, and that does narrow it down. I want to hire for someone to come on the show and read the news. So I don't know how exactly how to go about this. Maybe we'll do live auditions for a couple of weeks. I don't know, and then we'll, based off the comments or the feedback or whatever, we'll hire whoever appears to be the best at it. I'm not even going to tell. It doesn't have to be sports news. It can be any news. But I want to hire somebody to come on for 15 or 20 minutes or whatever, 30 minutes, depending on how much news they have for us, and read the news. What do you think about that?
I mean, that's fine. Most shows have that.
Now, what's minimum wage?
7 something an hour, I think.
7 something an hour. Well, we should pay at least twice that.
That's your department, sir.
No. I'll have to check with the accounting department, HR.
Now this minimum wage thing here, is this going to depend on where this person resides, or just whatever the minimum wage is there in Georgia?
You know what? That's an interesting question, and I don't know how that works. If you live in one state but work in another, technically, which minimum
I guess
wage
if you travel to
applies?
that state,
I don't know.
like let's say if I was driving down to Augusta every day, I would probably make whatever the minimum wage is in Georgia.
Or we could just, I know there's nowhere where the minimum wage is $20 an hour, is there?
Not that I'm aware of.
Maybe we should just pay them $20 an hour just to be safe. And, if they come on for 15 minutes, that doesn't mean we just pay them $20 to come on and read the news.
Okay.
Once a week or whatever. Whenever there's news.
Yeah.
But now this has to entertain me. And the people watching, mostly me,
That's
mostly
on
me,
him.
mostly me. Right, that's what I mean. So I think I don't know if we need to have live auditions. Maybe over the next couple of weeks, we'll let whoever the hell wants come on and read some news to us. It can
Now,
be any.
this
It can be any
news-
news.
That was my next question. This news, can it be fake news? Can it be actual news? You just want somebody to come on and
Well,
read something
you
for
know what? If I wanted to sit down and come up with all the particulars, I would do that, and then I
You
would
just do it
I would
yourself.
read the news. So
Right.
I don't know. Maybe they want to come on every once in a while and do a segment where they read a news headline. Speaking of fake news, and me and you have to try to guess, is that a real headline or a fake headline? Did he make that up, or is that really a headline? And if it is really a
I like
headline, he
that.
has to show us. That would
like
be
that.
one idea. Now, I'm not going to sit here and come up with 100 ideas because, like I said, if that was the case, I would just pay my own self the $20 and I would read the news. I don't want to come up with the idea. I want someone else to do it.
Gotcha.
But it's got to be entertaining, whether that means the person is entertaining or they're coming up with funny news stories to tell us or whatever the case. I'm not looking for no half-melted bowls of vanilla ice cream here. You know what I'm saying?
So there you go, Uncle Lou comments section
Yeah.
and listening department.
So what's today? Tuesday? So maybe on Thursday, hell, maybe for the entire show on Thursday, we'll just continually
Hold interviews.
add people to the call one at a time and have them read news to us.
I like it.
I like that idea.
I do.
I like that idea.
We had such a good turnout for the Lou Tube's Got Talent that surely this should be a piece of cake for the people.
Yeah, and I know like YouTube Got Talent that paid $100 and that was great, and this is $20, but this is over and over again. You get $20,
Right.
so
Better you are.
all you have to do is be slightly more reliable than Chess Hall, and you could make more than $100 in not a very long period of time.
Well, one would assume.
One would assume.
Such.
One would assume. Speaking of all that, I am going to read some news. Mississippi State and Auburn have been postponed. Bama and LSU likely not to play. LSU corona problems. And Texas A&M has shut down team activities.
Wait a minute.
I don't even know who they're supposed to play this week.
That ain't good.
Well, it's
Now,
good for
is this-
Florida. This
this
is working
real
out just like
news?
Florida planned, isn't it?
Is this real news or fake news?
This is real news. Florida could have played that LSU game. You know it, I know it, and the American people know it. They purposely didn't play it because they knew at least one other game was going to get postponed involving either them or LSU. And that would mean they never had to play LSU. And what do you know? It looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. So
Lo and behold, here we are.
now, if Florida manages by some miracle to win the remainder of their games, it doesn't matter that they don't play LSU. Doesn't matter. If Florida slips up somewhere, though, that would be their second loss, tying them with Georgia in the East. Of course, Florida owns the tiebreaker right now because they won the game. Sure would be interesting, though, if Florida had to play LSU the last week of the season to clinch the East, but nope, they weaseled their way out of that guaranteed loss. And again, no one is surprised. I mean, literally no one. Now, the Florida man is going to make excuses and say, well, it's not our fault, Alabama or whoever can't play LSU. And yeah, true. But it was your fault you didn't play LSU 3 weeks ago in the beginning of the season when you could have. You chose not to. Knowing that because there was 8 weeks left in the season, more games were going to get postponed, meaning you'd never have to play LSU. They knew this all along. This is what they do. This is what they do. What was it, 3 or 4 years ago? They had some injuries and they weren't very good, and they were supposed to play LSU, and it rained 1/4 of an inch, so they moved the game. They canceled the game on account of a hurricane that never came and wasn't coming.
Got all healed up.
It was like 8-mile-an-hour wind. I mean, Gainesville's in the middle of the state. Okay? It's not on the coast. It ended up being like 1/8 of an inch of rain and 8-mile-an-hour winds. They canceled the game.
Wait, wasn't that last year?
No, three. I think it was 16 or 17. 16, I believe.
Or maybe it's just Florida does shit like this every year. And
If there's a way to dodge a loss, Florida will find it.
yeah, it might be what I'm thinking.
If there's a way to dodge a loss, Florida will find it.
And they could be real men and just come on out every week and take their loss like men, like Tennessee does. But no. Okay,
Oh.
I got you.
YouTube finally turned on my merchandise shelf on this channel. I don't have anything on it, like I do on the main channel, but because I never had it on this channel before. But
I thought you had to have like 10,000 subscribers, or you.
I don't know. They just
That's
now
what
they just turned it on just now. It's in here now. Wasn't here yesterday.
It's
It's here today.
News.
I think they gave it to me because I don't stream NFL games.
Oh boy.
Today is the Marine Corps birthday. Happy birthday, Marines.
How
Oh, that
old
was
is the
tomorrow.
Marines?
No, tomorrow's Veterans Day. Right?
I thought we'd already been through Veterans Day.
No, I think that was Memorial Day that we were already through. Isn't tomorrow Veterans Day? But today is the Marine Corps birthday?
I don't
Okay,
know.
well, I didn't know that. Happy birthday to the Marines. Thank you for the super chat, Bluegrass Sports Media.
Good guy right there. $100 richer.
It is a good guy right there. I'm $1,000 richer off of two people who are never going to pay me. So it is what it is.
Okay. Good news.
Yeah, they're never going to pay. One of them already blocked me on Facebook, so I know he's not going to pay.
Yeah, I'm not talking about those two dillweeds.
The other one's just, he'll just come up with some kind of excuse not to pay.
The Aggies' upcoming game at Tennessee is not in jeopardy.
I guess Texas A&M doesn't need to practice this week to play Tennessee because
They probably don't.
all team activities are shut down, according to the good people over at ESPN. Let's see what this says. Texas A&M will not practice Monday because of multiple positive COVID-19 tests within the program, Jimbo Fisher said. The Aggies had 2 positive tests of individuals who traveled with the team for its win at South Carolina, 1 player and 1 student worker. The team will meet and do video review virtually on Monday while they quarantine players and perform contact tracing procedures. The positive tests were discovered during the team's routine Sunday test. The entire team will be retested on Monday, but at the moment, the Aggies' upcoming game at Tennessee is not in jeopardy. Right now, everything's a full go, Fisher said. We'll see how the contact tracing and all the other tests are. You always plan for that and make adjustments as you go. Aggie Athletic Director Ross Bjork told ESPN there's over a dozen players who will be out for 14 days because of contact tracing protocols with no way out of it. Over a dozen players, Tennessee, DVD.
That's what I'm thinking. You know
Injuries and opt. Look, listen. Uncle Lou buys a ticket to a Tennessee game, and immediately, I mean, literally the same day,
Yeah.
your luck begins to change. Now, somebody owes me a debt of gratitude or $1 or something.
Let's get the win first.
Never mind the win. I just increased your chances 100-fold just by buying a ticket.
Well, at least 14-fold anyway, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. Injuries and
I tell
opt-outs
you
will
what.
also impact whether or not the Aggies can field a roster with 53 scholarship players, which, of course, is the minimum you have to play the game.
I'll buy you 2 of them nasty barbecue sandwiches now.
Yeah. Notice how Texas A&M is looking for a way to play this game in spite of the fact that they've got some corona issues, whereas Florida, who had way over 53 available players, way above the minimum, looked for a way not to play. I mean, that just tells you everything you need to know about those two programs. This is just alarming on a lot of different levels, none of which are a surprise to me.
Nor matter.
Notre Dame has to get tested after fans storm the field, but they should be getting tested anyway. I mean, I think they get tested. They're in the ACC, so they're getting tested 3 times a week anyway, so I don't understand. Notre Dame mandates testing after fans storm field. They test it anyway. They're just looking for a reason to write about fans storming the field.
Yeah.
Clickbait. Wisconsin cases are down to 5. They expect to finally play again this Saturday. So that's good. That's good news. They haven't played since they mollywopped Nebraska 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, they need to be out there playing.
Yeah, they do. They're tied for first place in the Big Ten at 1-0. So they're undefeated.
Well, they could have been tied for first place in the Big Ten at 0-0 had the Big Ten stuck to their plans.
Yeah, could have claimed some kind of a title.
Everybody gets a trophy.
This is not on ESPN. This comes to you courtesy of Uncle Lou News. The Stetson Bennett experiment is over.
Is this a prediction, or does this come from your
Can I get a moment?
wire directly into the Georgia coaching staff?
Can I get a moment of silence? Followed by a moment of celebration. Thank you. Woo! Let's go! Let's go! Man, who do we play this week? Mizzou? They've got no chance. They've got no chance. Sticking it in elbow deep. That's just what it is. Say it with me.
Dewan, the man.
Say it with me, BVD. J. T. Daniels.
Hell no. Say it ain't so.
J. T. Daniels. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, this will be interesting.
Man, how silly. I don't know if it's going to be JT Daniels. I just know it won't be Stetson Bennett. Actually, I do think I'm going to go ahead and say JT Daniels will play. I'm going to go ahead and say it. JT Daniels will play. Will he start? Will he start? I don't know. But there's no the Stetson Bennett thing is over. It's time to start preparing for next year. And next year does not involve Stetson Bennett. It involves either Dewan Mathis, JT Daniels, Carson Beck, Brock Vandergriff, or an as of yet unnamed graduate transfer who will be coming to UGA in the offseason. It does not involve Stetson Bennett. How silly, though, is Kirby Smart going to look if JT Daniels comes out and goes 18 of 20 for 240 yards with 3 touchdowns? And those aren't even ridiculous numbers. 18 of 20 for 240 yards. Half the quarterbacks in America do that every Saturday. How silly is Kirby Smart going to look if JT Daniels comes out and right away people are going, my God, what were you doing?
You know that's going to happen.
It's definitely going to happen if he plays well.
It has to.
And it's going to, at least on this channel. In fact, that's the only reason I have any skepticism at all left about whether or not JT Daniels will play. I don't know if Kirby wants to deal with that. I almost think he'd rather struggle with Dewan Mathis than deal with the why didn't you play JT Daniels questions that are bound to come if he plays well. And I don't have any reason to expect that he will play well. No quarterback plays well in a Georgia helmet. So I don't have any expectation. I'm just saying it would be weird. It would be funny. It would be funny if JT Daniels came out and went 17 of 20 for 220 yards with 3 touchdowns and no picks. And again, that's not even mind-blowing numbers. That's pretty average, honestly. But compared to what we've been seeing at the quarterback position, if he came out and just went 17 of 20 for 220 and 3 touchdowns, people are it's going to be like, wait. You played Stetson Bennett for 2 months instead of this? What are you doing? So I don't have any reason to believe that'll happen because I've seen plenty of Georgia quarterbacks play under Kirby Smart and they all look like mush doo-doo. Even Justin Fields looked terrible when he played. So, but we'll see. It gives us a reason to watch on Saturday to see what'll happen.
Must be something in the water down there.
Something in the water. Don't drink the water. Sam the Seed. Thank you for the super chat. He says Florida rescheduled the LSU game, played them later in LSU and beat them. Yeah. Florida was hurt. Didn't want to play them in the middle of the year. So they rescheduled it for the end of the year. Same thing they did this year, but for a different reason. They got a beating from Texas A&M. Their defense was hot doo-doo. They needed an extra week off to fix it. So they postponed the LSU game to the end of the year. And now they're likely not to play the LSU game at all, avoiding, let's just be real, that's a guaranteed loss for Florida.
Yeah, especially as good as LSU's been playing this year. Every other game.
Don't forget to wipe the drool off your chin after every other word you type. Definition 409, thank you for the super chat. He says, some days the only smile I get is these shows. Thank you for that. Please don't quit. You affect more than you think. Shout out to the comments. Oh, I'm not quitting, regardless of what a lot of people would like to see. Uncle Lou not going anywhere. Now, you know what show did go somewhere?
Oh boy.
The Unprofessional Sports Show. We're going to add Ballard to the show. And BVD, you got some questions to answer too, so don't you go anywhere either.
I got 0 questions to answer.
Well, it's up, whether you answer them or not is up to you, but they're going to be asked. Just letting you know. I'm pretty alarmed at how this situation went down.
What's up, Lou?
Yeah, Ballard Sports Media. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou and BVD.
Yeah, you got Ballard on though. Roll Tide in that.
Okay, good. You there, BVD?
I am.
Good. Now, Ballard, this is something we've talked about before, but the Unprofessional Sports Show with you and Chess Hall.
Yes, sir.
Now this was canceled a month or so ago, was it not?
It was.
All right. After how many episodes?
We probably did about maybe 7 or 8. We did it for about a month or so.
Okay.
A couple months.
And why was the show canceled?
Well, Chess decided that we both kind of agreed, even though Chess was the one that brought it up. So when you guys were talking about the rumors about the show being canceled, because remember you were telling me when you had me on last about how Chess was on a live stream and he made it seem like he was canceling the show and everything.
Yeah, it turns out I was wrong about that.
Right. Well, he wasn't canceling it, but then at some point, he decided that he did want to not necessarily like cancel it, just like take a break for a little while. He said, we'll pick it back up at some point or whatever. And it was last week when
you're getting ahead here. You're getting ahead.
Okay.
Let's just slow down. So
Yes,
you and Chess decided to do this show together, the Unprofessional Sports Show. You did 5 episodes, and then it got canceled. And the reason that was given by Chess was the ratings were low. That's
Pretty much.
That's basically what he told you. Even though it appeared to come out on a night stream somewhere that Chess had fired you.
Yes.
Or at least it appeared that way. And we had Chess on, and we sort of tried to figure this whole thing out.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought we had it figured out.
Yes.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, it turns out,
You had Chess and Ballard on here on the morning show and thought you figured it out?
you had Chess on. You might not have been here.
Yeah, I
On
don't
a
think I was.
separate
I don't
day.
think I was there.
Yeah.
On a separate day.
Yeah, it was separate days. You remember, right, Ballard?
Yeah, because I remember you called me.
Right.
You put in the comments like, Ballard, I need your phone number. I need to speak with you. And
Right.
I'm like, oh, crap, I'm in court. What's this about?
Yes.
And I had no idea about the Unprofessional Sports Show news on the stream that happened. I guess if it was the night before that morning show or what. But yeah, that's last time you got me on, I think.
Right. So, bottom line, the show was canceled.
Right.
And at least in my mind, it was never really 100% clear why. Now, I know there was a couple of different reasons given, none of which ever really added up. But nevertheless, the show was canceled. Life goes on.
Yep.
Now, about 2 weeks ago, is that right? There was some talk about rekindling the Unprofessional Sports Show for a quote-unquote season 2. Is that correct?
Yeah, bringing it back.
Bringing it back. Okay. And now that was supposed to start when?
It was supposed to start last Saturday.
Right. And
Oh,
and you even made a video on your channel promoting this. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that took some amount of time and effort to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
You didn't have to do it. You didn't have to do it. You were excited, so you did it.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? The Unprofessional Sports Show's coming back. Me and Chess Hall, the whole deal. Now, this was supposed to be Saturday. Is that correct? When? After the Georgia game? What was there a time? What was this?
I think Saturday at 9
Okay.
is when we scheduled it.
Okay. Did the show air Saturday at 9?
It did not, sir.
Okay. Now, what reason were you given for why it didn't air?
Well, see, for me personally, I had a church event at 5 o'clock. I figured it would probably be done by then, and it was.
Of course it was.
You know,
Of course it was, because you're a man of your word.
Yes, sir. I made sure. And I talked to Chess. I said, hey, man, you know, I can do the show if you want. And, you know, well, I said that even though it was kind of late. It was around the time when the show was going to start. And I told him it was just a long day and everything. But if he still wanted to do it, he would. And, of course, I think he was doing a stream for, like, the Georgia game or whatever the heck. Because didn't Georgia play, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, Georgia did play this Saturday. You're not mistaken at all, sir. They lost.
Yes, sir.
They lost to Florida. Put Chess in a bit of a mood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so the show did not air.
Yes. That's correct.
Right. Now, whose fault was it again?
Kind of both of ours. I mean, again,
Okay.
I was pretty tired. And, you know, I guess.
Who was the first one to say, you know what, let's just not do the show? Did anyone say that, or did someone just not show up to do it?
No, we, prior to when the show was going to start and everything, you know, we did talk and.
Let me ask more direct questions because you're beating around the bush.
Yeah.
Did you call Chess Hall and tell him you didn't want to do the show, or did Chess Hall call you?
He reached out to me.
Okay. Now, so you can spin it whatever way you want. We all know what that means. Chess canceled the show again. Okay. I have some alarming news,
Okay.
Ballard. Now, I know you don't stay up hooting with the owls, do you?
Not really.
Not generally. Do you watch all these show streams that come on at 12 and 1 and 2 in the morning?
Oh, heck no.
Okay. Well, sometimes Uncle Lou does for research purposes, for scientific reasons only.
Right.
Okay. Well, are you aware, sir, that during these show and BVD, you just hang tight, buddy. We're coming to you next. But are you aware, sir, that at a certain point in these show streams at 1 or 2 in the morning, that it appears as though the stream ends, but it actually does not end?
Oh, like when you stop the stream, but it keeps going for a little bit?
No. What they do, they're stream yards.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what
But
they
yeah.
do is they kill the YouTube feed. They
Mhm.
they kill the YouTube feed, but they keep talking on StreamYard. Now no one can hear what they're saying, but
it's just who's on there.
it's just whoever's in the StreamYard can
Yes.
and then so it's just a phone call at that point between 5 or
Right.
6 people, or 8 or 9 or 10, depending on whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, information has come to light, sir,
Uh-oh.
that certain individuals within these private circle jerks that they do, that one Chess Hall was pressured / ordered to fire you from the Unprofessional Sports Show.
Hold on. He was ordered to fire me? He was ordered to fire me?
I said pressured
Oh, pressure.
/
Okay.
ordered. Let's be honest. Chess Hall's Chess Hall's a lot like Play-Doh.
Yeah.
He can be molded and So
Yeah.
now this makes me mad. Does it make you mad?
I mean, the show's going to happen. I'm not asking, I'm telling. Because look, Chess, here's the thing. Chess brought it up that he wanted to bring it back. And he even said when we had canceled it like a month or so ago,
Yeah.
or whatever it was.
Yeah, I think you're focusing on the wrong thing here. This isn't on Chess Hall. That's my whole point. Turns out none of this is Chess Hall's fault.
My bad.
None of this is Chess Hall's fault. He was pressured by others,
Peer pressure.
basically to
Ballard,
get
he-
you off
he
the
was-
show.
Chess was literally held at gunpoint.
No, he wasn't held at gunpoint,
Bound and
but it
gagged.
was made clear to Chess Hall that he shouldn't have you on the Unprofessional Sports Show. Now, not by anybody who had the nuts to say that out loud where everyone could hear it,
You like read between the lines.
but in the privacy and secrecy of a post live stream StreamYard circle jerk, of which BVD was a part of.
That's how you found out about all this. So BVD was part of this then.
Now I can neither confirm or deny at this time, although
Right.
I don't want to say too much because there's a, what do they call it? There's a rooster in the hen house, so to speak. If you see what I'm saying here, there's a rooster in the hen house, and I can't give that away at this time because at this point in time, I don't know who. Well, I do know. But anyway, the point is, I'm coming into some more information this afternoon that will help to further clarify this situation. But the point is, Chess Hall is off the hook. Chess Hall was pressured into this decision in the shadows, by people who, for whatever reason, didn't want you to be a part of the unprofessional sports show, yet didn't have the stones to just say that where anyone could hear it. Now, this is alarming to me on a number of levels.
Yeah.
Right. Now, like I said, unfortunately, BVD was in these circle jerks, and so at this time, I think we'll go ahead and give BVD an opportunity to add anything he would like to add to this story.
Yeah. BVD,
Yo,
what's up?
hard dicks and helicopters, buddy.
You see what I'm saying? You see, Ballard, this is what this is. A secret society that you're not a part of.
Great. Wow.
BVD is protecting these people.
I'm not protecting anybody.
Well, I mean, you're free to give us your side of the story then.
That is my side of the story.
What is?
Helicopters.
That I'm not protecting anybody.
Oh, well, then tell us what happened.
Yeah,
know.
BVD. If you're not
There's
not trying to hide anything, then why
Do what, Ballard?
say it?
I'm not trying to hide anything. I can't hide something I don't know about.
Oh, you're saying you weren't in there.
No, I'm saying I never pressured Chess into anything.
No, and no one ever accused you of that. But
Well, I mean, then
if you were in there, then
I have
surely you
nothing
can.
else to add.
Well, if you were in there, surely you can. You can fill us in on what went down.
I think you should get Chess in here.
Well,
I really do, because I think we need to clear this up.
oh, Chess
We
is
need to clear
believe
this
me
up.
when I tell you that's that is step 2. So don't worry. Don't worry. So you're basically pleading the 5th then, BVD.
No, I'm pleading that I didn't do anything.
Well, we know
Whatever
no
that
one
is.
no one said you did anything.
So then,
I mean, you're a witness. You were there. So, but you choose.
I don't know if I was there or not.
You're just choosing not to allow. Well, I know you were there.
Were you there?
There's a rooster in the hen house, sir. I've been trying to tell y'all this for about 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Y'all don't listen. Now, well, Ballard, this alarms me.
It does.
Now, when are we starting our show? Now, I'm seriously getting tired of asking about that. That's also starting to alarm me.
I reached out. I sent you an email a few weeks ago. You never got back.
I'm not sure what you guys want from me. I don't know who. I don't know what it is I'm supposed to know. Who did what?
No, I was just. You don't have to say anything at all. I was just. You were in there when the crime occurred, so I just was going to give you an opportunity.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
I don't know what the crime is.
Oh. Chess Hall. Them telling Chess Hall that he needed to get Ballard off of his show. Was I not clear about that?
I definitely can't corroborate that story.
Right.
It really doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Don't worry, Ballard. We're Uncle Lou's getting to the heart of the matter here this afternoon. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Worry about it.
I mean, here's the thing. Chess, I can tell he's one of those guys that really cares about what people think and all that, and that's fine. I get it. People
That's
are like
the
that.
thing, and they took advantage. They took advantage of that. That's the thing. They manipulated him. They molded him. He's Play-Doh. That's what I meant when I said he's Play-Doh. You know, he's in there. He's in there with 6 or 7 people, and they're telling him what to do, and he does it because he thinks it garners him some kind of favor with them or something. So that's what happened.
Oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
Little feller.
Yeah. Well, you got it the entire time. But that's what happened. Yeah, everything that's done in the dark eventually comes to light, Ballard.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not the first person that has been sabotaged in these top secret StreamYard post live stream circle jerks. You're just you're just the first person that I've brought up about it.
Yeah.
But believe me, they have plenty to say about all kinds of people. It would surprise you. Or maybe it wouldn't. It didn't surprise me.
I mean, based on everything, I mean, look, I know, even if I'm not a part, I just know this is all, what is it, the TTC that you guys call it or whatever?
There is no TTC.
Oh, whatever. Well, anyway, I mean, I know there's always crazy talk with people and, you know, always like just pressuring people. And I know Chess is, you know, and he's my best friend. He's my buddy. But, you know, I can tell that he's one of those guys that kind of, you know, he loves what he does on YouTube and everything, but he's one of those people that just cares what, you know, people think, and that's fine. Me personally, let me talk about me real quick. I don't. I really don't. I mean, I love all you guys. I care about you, but like, yeah, I'm just going to be myself, you know?
That's all you can do. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
And if you have something to say it.
Speak up.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
There's no need to hide in a back room somewhere and say it.
Yeah.
When you think no one's going to hear it. Brandon Pratt, thank you for the super chat. He says BVD is dodging like Kirby is on the QB situation. That's you know what? That's pretty good compare. Listening to BVD answer questions about this is a lot like listening to Kirby Smart answer quarterback questions and talk for 10 minutes and don't say nothing. Vector 12, thank you for the super chat. He says, Powerhouse Program, morning show with Uncle Lou and BVD, dismantling group of 5, the unprofessional sports show. Love winning, but strength of schedule needs improvement. Still need rival as well. Oh, I see what this is saying. The morning show was a Power 5 program, he's saying, and the unprofessional sports show is a group of 5 program. You win a lot. The unprofessional sports show wins a lot, but your strength of schedule needs improvement, and you need a rival as well.
We need competition, basically.
Right, that's what he's saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes sense on a lot of levels. Ballard, what do you think about my idea of getting somebody to read the news
On the morning show?
Yeah. You think that's a good idea?
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Who do you think some good candidates would be?
Jeff Webster.
Oh, the show's only 2 hours long. You know what I mean?
Celine's always coming on here. I know there's quite a few people that could be good candidates.
Well, we're gonna hold an open competition. We're gonna let anybody that wants to call in and read the news.
Nice. You know? First to call in.
I don't know how we'll do it. We'll start it Thursday. We'll see how many people are even interested. Might be that there's only one person interested. If that's the case, then they're going to be the best candidate.
Right.
You know? It could be, I hope not, but it could be a Tennessee situation where 8 or 9 people turn this job down.
Yeah, right.
You know?
And you guys are going to be like,
and we end up having to hire somebody that nobody wants, like Kane Shade's Unk.
Or maybe you got this one guy. You know how you guys joke about like Butch Jones is the next head coach for Alabama and Nick Saban's not going to let him go or whatever.
Yeah.
You'll have your own Butch Jones. It's like, no, we're going to wait and see. And this is the guy we have in the back room waiting right now.
Hell, maybe we can get the actual Butch Jones.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't that be great?
That would be awesome.
Have Butch Jones call in once a week and read us the news. That would be amazing.
Read the news, Lyle.
Yeah, that would be great. Mike Reiser, thank you for hitting the PayPal link this morning, sir. He says, what's the one thing a sniper can't say to his wife?
Oh, gosh.
I missed you this morning.
Reiser's got the best jokes.
Lyle is more awesome than Jeremy. That's confirmed. I mean, we can compare the records if we need to, but clearly Butch Jones is better than Jeremy Pruitt. I think even Tennessee fans have realized that now. Well, we done made BVD mad. Did he hang up?
I don't know.
No, I'm
No,
still
he's
here.
still there. The news you lose. Now, what is this? He says, I've called in several times. I'm a Bama fan. My name is Jason. Now, I'm not interested in news that you lose, but I am interested in news that you call in and read to me, though. So, and this isn't the type of thing where you have to be available every morning that we do the morning show, because we're not going to be having you call in every day anyway. So I know people work and go to school and have different obligations or whatever. It's not the thing where, somebody's got to be available from 8 to 10, 4 mornings a week. No, if somebody can, you have to be able to at least one day a week be able to call in at some point between 8 and 10 and read us the news. That's all it is. Some people can do that from work. I don't know. Or maybe you have a couple of days off during the week, whatever. So almost anybody should be able to do it if they want to. But we need to find somebody that can read the news. That would be great. Any news. Doesn't have to be sports news, Ballard.
Yeah,
It has to be entertaining,
you're right.
Because
that's what the show is.
Well, sometimes.
Yeah.
G-Pick says he's available from 8:15 to 10. Well, G-Pick, starting on Thursday, we're going to have basically open auditions, and we'll see what kind of response we get. If we need to continue the auditions into Friday, we'll do that too. Ballard, how are your contract negotiation skills?
Oh boy. Probably not that good, honestly. I've never been a really good negotiator, honestly.
Okay. Well, never mind then.
Yeah.
I'm looking to hire a negotiator for these contract talks with BVD that's coming up here in December. Mike Bridges, thank you for the super chat. He says, can UGA hire Mark Richt for QB coach? Our best QBs were under him. He was a QB guy. I understand what you're saying, and I think you already know the answer to that is no. But, I mean, Monken has a reputation of developing QBs. So, as mad as I am about the quarterback situation, I don't put any blame on Monken for that. There's wide receivers open on every play. We don't have a quarterback that can hit them. Now, maybe that's something Monken can work with the quarterbacks on and have somebody ready next year. Maybe we bring a different quarterback in or whatever. But as far as a QB coach goes, I'm not gonna. I can barely name. I'd be hard pressed to name the best 5 or 6 defensive coordinators in America. There's no way I can sit here and rattle off a list of QB coaches. I mean, I don't pretend to know all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, you know who should know that? Any head coach. Like Kirby Smart, for example, should have a list of QB coaches that maybe he should be calling on. But I like Monken. I like the play calling. I mean, I see a clear difference this year between the style of offense Georgia is running versus last year. I see a difference, and that's the way I wanted to go. We just don't have a quarterback, at least not one that's played yet, that can run it.
Yeah.
And that is a problem. That is a problem. But I think, and I may have fell into this trap too. You looked at what LSU did last year and how quick that turnaround was. Mm-hmm. One off season. And I want everybody to remember how amazed they were that LSU went from having the offense they had for what seemed like forever to having what we saw last year. Basically overnight this happened. And it seems like forever ago, but you have to remember, think back this time last year, 5-6 games into the season, people couldn't believe what they were seeing from LSU.
Pretty much, yeah.
And I think that has given maybe me and other Georgia fans some false hope of what we would see this year. What happened at LSU is an anomaly. Not because it was LSU. Look at Georgia Tech. Now, this isn't an apples for apples comparison, but Georgia Tech tried to change their offense, right? You can't do that in 1 year. Now, they were going from a triple option. The players didn't fit the new thing, that whole thing. So that's not an exact comparison, but just in general, to change an offensive philosophy usually takes a couple of years. And because we just saw LSU do it in one offseason, I think maybe our expectations as Georgia fans were a little too high for this year offense. Now, with that being said, it shouldn't be as bad as it is. 9 of 29. We completed 30% of our passes. That's the worst completion percentage in a game by Georgia in like 50 years. I don't think BALLARD ever threw for 30%. You know?
Yeah.
And he was terrible. I mean, all he did was hand the ball off to Herschel Walker. So I think our expectations were a little skewed because of what we just saw with LSU. I like what I see from Monken. I like the play calling. I like the philosophy. I like the routes we're running. There are players open all the time. Not only can you see it on TV, but when I go back and listen to these different, I listen to a few different Georgia podcasts during the week from Georgia media people who are at the game. And you all know, if you've ever been to a game, you see way more sitting up in the bleachers looking down than you do on the TV in terms of, you know, in a game, if the quarterback throws to the left side of the field, you never see what was going on the right side of the field. The camera just shows the quarterback, and then he shows where the quarterback throws it. Well, when you're at the game, you see James Cook running wide open down the other sideline. You see the tight end wide open down the middle of the field when you're there. And there are players open constantly, and we just can't hit them. So I'm happy with the direction of the offense. I'm not happy with the quarterback play or the execution of the offense. And the other thing is, yeah, we've recruited great. The injuries to our wide receivers, you know, Florida lost Kyle Pitts in the second half of that game.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of their starting weapons.
Yeah.
They couldn't score. They couldn't score. I mean, we beat them in the second half. You know, they scored 6 points, 2 field goals or something. Georgia was missing its number 1 wide receiver, its number 2 wide receiver, and in the first quarter of the game, they lost their number 3 wide receiver. So their top 3 wide receivers were gone.
Yeah.
Now, you take the top 3 wide receivers off of any team, it's going to hurt. You take the top 3 wide receivers off a team that can barely throw the ball to start with, like Georgia, you had no chance.
Pretty much.
George Pickens was out. Dominic Blaylock tore his ACL before the season started. That was our number 2. He's been out. And then George Pickens' replacement in this game broke his ankle on that touchdown pass early in the first quarter. He was out. So, you know, we gotta figure it out at quarterback. But I do like the way it's headed with Monken. That was not a cheap shot, you people. My God, not a cheap shot at all. Pickens has a pectoral issue, from what I've heard. Kirby said yesterday hopefully he can play this weekend. There's also a rumor that Pickens has just had it up to his eyeballs and is looking to get out. I don't know which is true. I honestly don't know. It seems weird to me that if he was really quitting or has quit or whatever, that Kirby Smart would keep saying, we hope to have him back this week. I mean, he said that heading into the Florida game. Didn't happen. Now he's saying it heading into the Missouri game. Reports yesterday that he was at practice. So I don't know where a lot of these rumors are coming from. I think the fact that it's George Pickens makes a lot of people maybe believe the rumor, because he's just wasting away. He appears to be just wasting away at UGA, so it makes sense that he would be somebody that maybe would be looking to transfer. That combined with some of the discipline issues he's had, so it's an easy rumor to believe, but I think that's all it is right now, is a rumor. I think he is legitimately injured, and hopefully he'll play this weekend and put all that stuff to rest, but, you know, we'll see. Ray 7337 says Notre Dame looking good. They must be looking good if you're back in the comment section. Ray, I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Congrats on that win. That was a good win. Well, BVD, we'll just let you go. If you don't have anything to add.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
All right. Talk to you later. I don't know why he got so mad. I didn't accuse him of anything. I just asked him what they said when he was in there. He didn't want to answer it. That's on him. I don't know why he's mad at me.
So how about Notre Dame beating Clemson the other day?
I think you got to give Notre Dame credit for that win.
Oh yeah.
I mean, now everything people have a tendency, everything they want everything on one extreme or the other. You see it in politics, you see it in every aspect of life now. But both these things can be true. It can be true that that's a great win for Notre Dame. That's a huge win for Notre Dame. Notre Dame's a really good team. They outplayed Clemson and they won that game.
Yeah.
Everyone has injuries at this point in the season. Georgia's missing half its defense. I just talked about the top 3 wide receivers. Does that mean Florida didn't beat us? No. Florida whipped us. Notre Dame whipped Clemson. All of that is true. And Notre Dame needs to be given credit. They've struggled in these big games for a long time. So, Notre Dame should be excited. Notre Dame fans should be happy with that win. Notre Dame's a really good team. Yeah. It's also true that if Notre Dame and Clemson played this weekend, Clemson would be favored again.
Yeah.
And likely win the game. That's not an insult to Notre Dame. Clemson is one of the best 3 or 4 teams in America. It appears Notre Dame is too. If Ohio State and Alabama play tomorrow and Alabama wins, that doesn't mean Ohio State's no good. Like, you're talking about the best 3, 4, 5 teams in America here. Somebody's got to win these games. It doesn't mean Notre Dame's no good. But so all those things I said about Notre Dame are true. But you can't pretend. So I'm not saying because Trevor Lawrence didn't play, it's not a real win or, none of that. But you can't just pretend that if they played again next weekend with Trevor Lawrence and with those linebackers that Clemson was missing, which I think was a bigger deal than missing Lawrence, you can't just pretend like if those guys played, it wouldn't make any difference in the game at all.
Right.
Clemson was favored by 5.5 without their starting quarterback, without, I think, 3 defensive starters on the road against a top 4 team. Ballard.
Yep.
If you played at any top 4 team tomorrow without Mac Jones, you would likely lose, sir.
Probably.
Because Bryce Young's not ready to play for whatever reason. And let's be honest here. The ukulele has looked better than Bryce Young this year. That doesn't mean anything for next year or 3 years from now. None of that means anything. So I love Bryce Young. I hyped him up all off season. I think Bryce Young's going to be amazing. But when we give credit to Notre Dame, let's give credit to this ukulele too, because Alabama's loaded with talent just like Clemson. Because I heard people say, well, ukulele plays good because look what he's got around him. Look what Bryce Young has around him. He hasn't played that well. If Bama had to play at Ohio State, at Clemson, at Notre Dame, any other top 4 team without Mac Jones, they would likely lose, in my opinion.
And that's not a knock against Alabama.
No, not at all, because they're not going to play without Mac Jones unless something happens, and we hope it doesn't. So we got to give the ukulele credit here. But if Trevor Lawrence came back, and see, it's not just the stat. You look at this, you say, well, what, a ukulele had 300 yards and this and that. Well, how much more could Trevor get? It's the leadership. It's the presence in the huddle. You don't know what audibles ukulele might have missed in that game that Trevor Lawrence would have called because he's just that much more experienced. There's just so many things you don't know which way it would have gone. So I'm not knocking Notre Dame at all. Notre Dame deserves to be happy and excited and bragging and all that about it. It's a huge win. But it's also true that it was a very close game for Clemson on the road without their Heisman candidate quarterback, starting a true freshman quarterback, missing multiple starters on defense. Yeah. I mean, all of that is true, too. We can't just pretend that didn't happen. And this isn't a Georgia-Florida situation where you can go, well, maybe if Georgia gets healthy and they play Florida again in a month. We're not playing Florida again. The game's over. They whipped us. That's it. Notre Dame is likely to play Clemson again. So this isn't just speculation or, a what-if type situation. They're likely to play again. I'm still not 100% positive on the ACC tiebreaker rules. I'm assuming if Notre Dame wins out and is undefeated. Clearly, they make it to the ACC title game.
Yeah.
Clemson and Miami played each other already, and Clemson won, so I'm assuming that would mean Clemson gets into the ACC title game. Where I get confused is, let's say for whatever reason, and I don't know what Notre Dame's remaining schedule is. I think they play North Carolina, though. Let's say for some reason Notre Dame were to lose to North Carolina. Okay, what are they, a 3-loss team now? Two or three. So what if Notre Dame loses any other game, really, but let's just say North Carolina, but it could be any other game. Then what do they do if you've got 3 one-loss teams? Notre Dame beat Clemson. Clemson beat Miami. Miami and Notre Dame didn't play.
Right.
How do they, in that scenario, how would they choose the 2 that get in? That's what I'm confused about. Now, I don't think that's likely to happen. It looks to me like Notre Dame will probably win out. I think it would take a really bad game by Notre Dame at this point for someone to beat them. And they probably have all kind of confidence now coming out of this Clemson win. But in other words, Notre Dame and Clemson, I think, are likely to play again. So it's not just, we don't have to just guess what would happen if Notre Dame and Clemson played and Clemson had Trevor Lawrence and those linebackers. We're probably going to see what happens when they play.
Yeah.
And again, I don't blame injuries when Georgia loses. So I'm not going to give Clemson some sort of benefit that I don't give my own team. Injuries happen. It sucks. You never want to see it. But I don't think Clemson cared that Tua was out when Bama lost to Auburn last year, eliminating Alabama from the SEC West in the playoff race. Point is, they lost the game, right? You see what I mean? Clemson didn't necessarily feel sorry for Alabama when they lost to the barn without Tua. So I don't necessarily think anybody should feel sorry for Clemson because they lost to Notre Dame. It's their first regular season loss in 3 years. Nobody feels sorry for Clemson. And luckily for Clemson, this happened against Notre Dame and not the week before against, who was it? Boston College or Syracuse or whoever gave them all they wanted the week before. With all that being said, though, take Notre Dame out of it for a second.
Yeah.
Who do you think legitimately is the best team between Alabama, Ohio State, and Clemson?
Between all 3 of those?
Yeah.
I'm going to be a sportscaster here, unbiased, because I'm a Bama fan. I really do like Ohio State this year, honestly. Now, Bama, man, I always hate when people say between Bama, Clemson, and Ohio State, who's a better team so far. I always hate that question because obviously those 3 teams are really, really good. They're stacked. They keep winning. They keep playing really well. They got good players. And it's obviously a debate, so I don't know, but I really do like what I've seen from Fields this year, and that offense is just really, really good.
Yeah. I'll tell you, if I'm an Ohio State fan, there's a few things that are worrying me right now. Number 1 is the fact that we don't have any running backs.
Yeah.
Number 2 is the fact that our defense is nowhere near what it was the last couple of years. That's really all that's worrying me, those 2 things. And my thing about Alabama is Alabama's defense, better than it was last year.
Yeah.
Not as good as the great Saban defenses we've seen, but even if you look at what was Alabama's worst defensive game was Ole Miss, right?
Last year?
This year. You look at that game and you say, well, man, if Ole Miss did that to Bama, what will Ohio State do? We need to remember Ole Miss had 2 different running backs go over 100 yards against Alabama. It wasn't just the fact that they were throwing all over Alabama. So I do think Ohio State will throw the ball all over the place no matter who they play. But even though Nick Saban's defense isn't as great as it is isn't as great as it has been in some years past, don't you still trust Nick Saban to win against what's really a one-dimensional offense in Ohio State. Now, the one dimension is amazing. You know, Justin Fields he's got 11 incompletions all year. He's dropping dimes every time he drops back. But I think right now Alabama's a more complete team than Ohio State. Now, that's not an apples for apples comparison because Alabama is 6-7 games into the season. You know, they've had time to sort of get better. Wouldn't you agree Alabama's defense better today than it was a month ago?
Oh,
So,
yeah, I
right.
remember.
So Ohio State's only played a couple of games, 3 games, whatever it is. So they've got some time to get better. But if Alabama and Ohio State were to play right now, I think Alabama's got a few advantages over Ohio State and probably wins the game if they play right now.
Joseph Sandberg in the comments says, but Mac Jones isn't Tua. You're right, he's better. But I'm confident in that. Now,
Well, his numbers
Tua's
are better.
great. Yeah.
His numbers are better. He's clearly not the athlete or the runner that Tua was.
Right, that's fair.
The numbers are better for sure. But you know what? Kyle Trask's numbers are better than Mac Jones. So
And
numbers don't tell the whole story. Numbers don't
it
tell the
looks
whole
better on
story.
paper is what
I
it
don't
is.
think I'm not sure. Tua had one leg and got drafted. Well, what pick was he?
Fifth, I think.
There anybody that thinks Mac Jones is getting drafted in the top 5?
Probably not the top 5. But
Yeah. So numbers don't tell the whole story. Tua had one leg. It was unclear. It was unclear how his rehab and recovery would go, and he still got picked top 5. I don't think Mac Jones will get picked top 5 right now. I don't. I mean, he's not going ahead of Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields, is he?
oh no, he's not on that level yet. I mean, now if he continues to progress, we'll see, but I don't think he's like up there yet. You know?
That Alabama offense is scary.
Yeah.
But Florida's is too. What do you think about the Florida game?
You talking about against Georgia?
BVD, what are you crying about being a punching bag? All I did was ask you what you heard when you were in that room. If you didn't want to answer, then you didn't answer. Nobody accused you of anything. Stop with the pity routine. It's sad, honestly. I asked you what you heard when you were in that private room. You didn't want to answer? Fine. I mean, Jesus Christ, stop crying about being a punching bag, whatever the hell you're saying in there. My God, man. Get a hold of yourself. What do you think about Bama versus Florida, Ballard?
I've been waiting on this. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say, because you played in this year or that year, it's going to be interesting because it was great then. But remember Tim Tebow, man, when in 2008, he beats Bama, and then the year after, that was it was.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
Must be the mailman.
Yeah, Stetson's here. Anyway.
Pat him on the head for me.
But yeah, I think for Florida and Bama, of course, they haven't met since I think 2016 in the SEC title game, which wasn't great. 2015, I think they met, wasn't great for those teams. So, but I think that I've been waiting on this matchup because it's just I enjoy remember when Tim Tebow, and I know this was like 10 years ago, but those were good games that he had against Alabama, at least the first time around, and then Alabama got him back in 2009. But it's Florida and Alabama in the SEC title game. First off, I think was also like the first SEC title game, wasn't it? Like what, 91, 92, whatever.
No, 92, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. So
what's his name intercepted that pass at the end of the game to win it for
right.
Alabama. What was his name?
I can't remember
Can't
exactly
remember.
what his
Somebody
name
in the
is.
comments will know. So, yeah, somebody intercepted. Somebody for Alabama intercepted that pass at the end of the game.
But yeah,
to,
you see, like it's
score.
always been a good matchup with these teams, and I think this year won't be any different. I think it'll be a really good showdown, and you got to look at Trask and Mac Jones, and I think it might be, heck, it might be a shootout. I don't know. They got really good players on the offensive side of the ball, and I think we're in for a treat come December.
Oh yeah, Florida's going to score. Like I heard people after the Georgia game, oh, Florida's got no chance against, mostly Georgia fans, I think, who maybe were still upset about the loss. Florida's got no chance against Bama.
Yeah.
Anybody that can score like Florida can has a chance. I mean, who's better, Florida or Ole Miss?
Florida.
Right. We just saw them play already. Now, Ole Miss gave Florida the same type of game that they gave Alabama, scored a lot. And I do think Bama's better than Florida. Again, it goes back to the running game. Now, Florida does a great job with their running back side of the backfield, but they don't have a guy that can pound between the tackles like Najee Harris. I mean,
Right.
if for some reason things go sideways for Alabama throwing the ball, or they get a 10, 13, 14-point lead in the second half, they can hand the ball off to Najee Harris and kill that game. Florida can't do that. Look at the Georgia-Florida game. Florida was dominating. They were still throwing the ball in the fourth quarter, and Kyle Trask almost threw a pick six that would have got Georgia right back into that game.
Yeah.
Because they can't really they can't really run the clock out like that.
Exactly.
And I'm not knocking Florida because their passing game is amazing. But I think
Right.
Alabama is sort of like same thing kind of with Florida State. I think Alabama's just got a few advantages over Florida. That doesn't mean Florida can't beat them. Florida's a great team, and if they get going offensively, they can keep up with anybody. But right now, if that game was played right now, I'd probably pick Alabama in a close one.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I just think Alabama's clearly the better team. Now, it's not, I don't know if I want to say miles ahead of Florida because they're right there and they both, again, have really good quarterbacks and really elite offenses. But I mean, people aren't going to sleep on Mac Jones in Alabama against Florida, I don't think. I think they're going to.
No, you don't have to worry about anybody sleeping on Mac Jones, sir.
Right.
That's not going to happen.
Correct.
Ray, thank you for the super chat again. He says, Miami all butthurt because they're out of the ACC. Are they out of it, though? I mean, they're not out of it. If Clemson loses another game, they ain't out of it. Then Miami and Notre Dame would be the ACC. Clemson's got to win out now. Not that they won't be huge favorites, but this is going to be the first time in a long time that Clemson is under any type of pressure in the regular season. Clemson has zero room for error now.
Their next game's at Florida State.
So, if Clemson loses another game, that's their second loss. Then you're looking at a Notre Dame versus Miami ACC title game. So, I don't think Miami's out. I don't expect Clemson to lose, but I don't think Miami's out of it. Big old, Big old Harry Cajones, 98, says, BVD, save your gas money this Saturday and spend it on alcohol and strippers. He's not saying he's not coming to Knoxville now, is he? Oh, God. All I did was ask the man a question. It's up to him whether he wants to answer it or not. I don't understand what the problem is. I understand why he's so mad. Took his ball and went home. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway. Ballard.
Yes, sir.
What would give me a list, your list, of potential morning show news people? Who would you recommend apply for this job?
I would say our good buddy, how about Michael Vick?
Now that's, you know what? I'm writing that down.
Celine Driver?
Hold on, sir.
Yes, sir.
VicTube Productions. Celine Driver. Okay.
Let's see. Jeff Webster.
Jeff Webster. Okay.
And let's see. I'm trying to think of who else. Huh.
What about Judah Tribe? No? Okay, no.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think I've heard of him.
Okay. Better scratch him off the list.
Kevin Cook, the Georgia fan.
Defending me on a regular basis. Yeah. Defending me where? I know where. In those top secret streams that aren't on YouTube. Uncle Lou doesn't need defending. Uncle Lou defends himself. Asking you what was said in a stream that you were in, if that hurts your feelings, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not going to apologize for asking you. You said you didn't know what was said, and we moved on. I don't know what the problem is. Wonder if anybody defended Ballard when they were all telling Chess Hall to fire him in that stream.
I doubt they were defending me by doing that.
I doubt it too. Wait a minute. Big Balls Ian Book says you could literally see Travis Etienne tell Dabo on the sideline they are hitting too hard. That can't be true. That can't be true.
Notre Dame's defense hurt Etienne. Poor little feller. They hit him too hard. That's just football.
That can't be true. That has to be trash talk or trolling. No, he says, I swear. Did anybody else see that? They're hitting me too hard? I find it hard to believe that anybody would say that during a football game, much less Travis Etienne.
I can't think of anybody else. You said 5 candidates. I can't think of anybody else really.
Well, that's a good starter list.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to let anybody who wants to try it out try it. I mean, I love Travis Etienne. If he did say that, that would be disappointing and sad. Okay, come on. He says, my friend who is deaf reads lips, and he told me that. I think this might be troll confirmed now. I'm gonna try to live stream trips. I don't know what the I don't know what the internet situation will be there, but I'm gonna try.
Where are you going?
I'm going to the Tennessee game.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I might have an extra ticket. I don't know how mad BVD is or not. Maybe he's not going to the game with me now. I don't know.
Are you worried about Tennessee against Georgia in Knoxville? Like, are you worried too much?
What, next year?
No, this year.
Ballard. Buddy.
What?
Come on.
I mean, it's Georgia and Tennessee.
We already played in Athens this year.
I thought. Oh,
come on,
what?
buddy.
I thought. Shoot, I missed that.
No, I'm going
I
to the
thought you were
Tennessee. I'm going to the
saying-
Tennessee Texas A&M game.
Oh.
Unless it gets canceled. Some Texas A&M people got the Rona. I don't know.
My bad.
That's disappointing, Ballard. That's disappointing. G-Pick says UGA is scared of that opener next season. It'd be a good game. I thought we would be in a situation next year where neither team really knew much about their quarterback situation. The Trevor Lawrence thing could be a blessing in disguise as far as that opening game next year goes, because that won't be the Ukulele's first start now, and that's how it appeared. It appeared that was going to be the Ukulele's first career start, was the Georgia game to kick off next season. But with Trevor being out a couple of games with the Rona, that gave the Ukulele a lot of game time experience this year, and which is that does matter. That's valuable. So Clemson will definitely be in a better quarterback situation heading into that game next year than Georgia will, for sure. Clemson will be. I think Clemson. I don't care. I know Clemson's losing a lot this year, but teams like Clemson, Georgia, Alabama, Ohio, these teams lose a lot every year. Clemson will be favored in that game next year, I'm sure. Is there anybody that thinks they won't? I think Clemson will be favored in that game.
Yeah.
Who is Travis? Who's next in line after ETN? Let's see. I know there's some Clemson fans in here. How do y'all feel? And whoever it is, how has he looked? Is he clear? I don't think there's any Clemson fans in here who think there's a replacement for Travis Etienne. There's going to be a drop off there. Doesn't mean it'll be a huge one. Lynn Dixon. I'll have to look into him. I have to admit I don't know much about him. Etienne's gonna be hard to replace, because the thing is, he's like hell, a couple of weeks ago he had like 180 yards receiving. So he's a do-it-all guy, a real 3-down back. Elite 3-down back. So there's gonna be a little bit of a drop off there, I'm sure, the running back position, but they'll have plenty of wide receivers. They'll have an experienced Ukulele.
Yeah. I'm starting to think, now maybe it's just me, I don't know, but so the player for Alabama that got hurt, now I get it was a car accident, but what he hurt was his ankle in a car accident. Trey Sanders for Alabama. Did you see that the other day?
I read the article where he was involved in a car accident.
He's now out for the season. He's not starting or anything, but he's a 5-star running back. And he was hurt last year. He was out for last season too.
No one said it was on you, BVD. We just asked you what was said in there. That's all. My God, man. Jesus Christ. I don't know if you didn't get any sleep. I don't know if your hamster died. I don't know what's going on. But all I did was ask you what was said in there. Now, you've been crying about it for an hour. My God, man. All I did was ask you what was said. Jesus Christ. No one is blaming you. My God. This is worse than the people that still think Trump's winning the election with this crying.
Sure.
I don't keep bringing it up, Swamp Life. It's all in the comments section. He keeps making comments about it. You can cry somewhere else too. I haven't brought it up since he left the call, except to read his comments about it. No one's accusing you of anything. I asked you a question. My God. Trey Sanders is out indefinitely, not for the season, per Nick Saban's press conference yesterday.
Okay. I must have missed that. So he could return, but it's unclear. Guess that's where we're at.
Somebody said bullshit on ET. I don't know what they're talking about. ETN, I guess. What's bullshit on him? Maybe that he said whatever they said he said. Oh, BVD, I'm sorry I asked you what was said in that stream, buddy. I'm real sorry, buddy. How's that, Marcus? I'm sorry I asked you what was said about Chess and Ballard in that private stream you were in. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me for asking you what was said. Remember when you thought Notre Dame would lose by 3 scores? I did.
Against who?
Clemson.
Wow. 3 scores against Clemson. Really?
Yeah.
That
I'm
was
not.
awesome.
I'm not a believer in Notre Dame in big games like this. I mean, they usually get blown out.
You believe them now?
Yeah, I talked about it for 30 minutes today and yesterday and Sunday.
Yep.
They're a good team.
Might see what we got in 2012. Remember they played Bama in the Natty. We could see that this year if they keep it up.
No, stop it. They're not making it. The Notre Dame. I mean, it depends on how the seedings end up, but right now it's Alabama and Ohio State in the national title game. It doesn't matter who the other 2 teams are, in my opinion. I don't think there's anybody that can beat Alabama or Ohio State except each other.
Yeah. I'm kind of disappointed with Penn State. I thought that they could have, just that kind of year where maybe they would get better and maybe beat Ohio State because it was in Happy Valley.
Chess, can you come on the show? Can I call you, Chess? Can you come on the show?
I still got to talk to him personally.
Yeah.
About this now.
Well, you can click off if you want. I just want to ask Chess.
All
It's
right.
up to you, or you can stay on, whatever you want to do. I don't know if he's going to come on or not. He might be at work or whatever and just able to type. I don't know. Simps get stuck in legal shit. I don't think I know what any of that means.
I don't either.
Oh, God, Tucker Carlson is here.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. Well, he's big mad. I watched some of his show last night. Boy, he's mad. He's fit to be tied. He's so mad.
Give him some hell.
All right, Chess said I can call him. So what do you want to do? You want to stay on, Ballard?
I can stay on. Let's handle this
All right.
like real men.
Y'all don't need to go in a private chat to do it?
No.
I understand. Where's his number? Right there.
Good morning, Nat.
Oh, yeah, good morning. This is Uncle Lou here.
Good morning, Uncle Lou.
Good morning. You still there, Ballard, or did you get disconnected?
I'm here. I'm
Okay.
here. What's up, Jess?
What's up, Ballard?
Okay,
up?
so just so there's no confusion, because I don't know if were you here for the beginning of the show?
Yeah, I've seen the whole thing.
Okay, so I cleared you of any wrongdoing.
Yeah.
So, but now, so I'll ask you the same thing I asked BVD. What was said? That's it. Just what was said.
Between me and Ballard thing.
Yeah, you don't even have to say who said it. Just what was said.
Nothing really bad at all. Nothing like.
Well, no one is suggesting that it was anything bad, but
People were just saying that.
who is it that
people
said?
were
Who is it that said Ballard didn't? No, not even who is it. What was said about you? Or you could say who it was if you want. But
Nobody said that I should fire Ballard ever.
who
No
was
one
it?
said
Who
that.
was it that said that Ballard shouldn't be on the show?
Nobody ever said Ballard shouldn't be on the show that I know of.
Well, why was that said last night then?
You talking about what Unc said?
Well, last
Well,
night
no.
somebody said something about them telling you to get Ballard off the show, and then someone
No,
piped
they-
in, and
no-
someone
nobody-
piped in and said, "No, don't talk about that. That was said in a private stream. What's said in a private stream stays in the private stream." So someone was about to say it, and then someone stopped them from saying it. But if that so is the story going to be that never happened, and so whatever was said about that last night was just made up out of thin air?
No, it was stuff was said, but nothing about Ballard being fired at all. What was said was that the show wasn't interesting. Nobody was watching it. People told me that, and I said, okay. And then I sat down, I went back and looked at the views on the show, and the views wasn't what I thought they were going to be. So I told Ballard, I said, Ballard, let's just stop it right now, but we'll bring it back later on.
Right.
Ballard, did I not tell you that?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
pretty much
I know
what
all
we-
that. We're just trying to figure out what happened in the private stream. So when Unc or whoever it was, I don't remember if it was Unc or who it was, said that you were pressured into firing Ballard,
Mm.
that's made up. No one
That was a crock of
actually,
shit.
no one said anything about Ballard.
That was a crock of shit. That was never said.
Okay, it was just that you should cancel the show altogether because no one's watching it,
Yes, sir.
and that it was boring.
Yes.
Not that it was boring because of Ballard.
No, Ballard
Okay.
Ballard carried me on that show.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yes, he did. He did. He carried me the whole way.
Right.
I've said that from day one.
So this is what I was trying to get to this morning. I don't
Yeah.
know why BVD just didn't tell us what you just told us. Apparently he didn't want to. So this is all just made up and concocted by Unc to stir up trouble.
I guess you could say that, Lou. I
Right.
guess.
Okay. Now see, that's what I figured.
Well, I'm
So
not
we
throwing.
should start
I'm not
with
throwing. I'm not throwing Unc under the bus at all. I'm.
Do that. Do something.
I guess I'm just
What?
confused why it seems like I guess I just don't understand why people don't just come out and say what they think or mean or feel. It's these code. It's all code, and then when you're asked about it, oh, he was kidding or he made that up, or I don't know. Maybe I just don't understand that.
I guess, man. I don't know.
You know.
But Ballard was never fired on this show, and he never will be.
Thank you.
That's a god on. Ballard's literally my best friend on YouTube. I text him every day.
Mhm.
So there's no rift between me and Ballard. Me and Ballard talk.
No, I knew
constantly.
there was no rift between you and Ballard.
Oh, okay.
I knew that.
Yeah.
We straightened that out 2 months ago or whatever it was.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. This is about Unc telling everybody that you were basically made to fire Ballard by people in a private StreamYard show.
No, I was never told to fire Ballard.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's good. Definition 409, thank you for the super chat. He says, more lies and drama from Chess. Cut the cord, Lou. I have no reason to believe Chess is lying. I asked him a question and he answered it. I don't have any reason to believe he's lying.
Well, definition 409 has no life, so.
Well, Celine, that's the point, Celine, is that it's a case of Unc trying to stir up trouble again. That was the whole point. But for some reason, BVD took it as somebody thinks he did something wrong.
No, everything's good. We're good.
Yep.
So, can we nail down? You know, people ask me for YouTube advice all the time. and I think both of y'all have asked me. There's certain things I tell everybody every time, and one of them is have a schedule and stick to it. Doesn't matter whether it's live streams or uploaded videos or whatever it is. If you can only upload one video a week, upload one video a week, upload it on the same day every week. If you can only do 2 live shows a week, do 2 live shows a week, do it on the same day every week, do it at the same time. Can we nail down this unprofessional sports show right here and now?
Yes, sir, we can.
Is there a day of the week that we know is convenient for both of you?
Saturdays is fine with me at 9 o'clock. It's okay with Ballard.
Yes, sir.
Saturdays at 9 p.m., the Unprofessional
Starting
Sports
this week?
Show.
Starting this week, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And whose channel is this going to be on?
It's going to be on. We're going to alternate. One week it's going to be on my channel. The next week it's going to be on Ballard's.
Okay. And whose channel will it be on this week?
Let's do it on Chess's.
Be on mine.
Okay.
Yep.
So on the TikTok Chess Hall channel, this Saturday night, 9 p.m., episode
Eastern.
1 of season 2, the Unprofessional Sports Show. Now, what can people expect from this show?
They can expect bigger, better, and badder things.
Right.
A lot more sports and a lot more sports information. We have somebody who's actually doing
The script and everything.
doing a script,
Mm-hmm.
doing a certain segments for us. I'll say that person's name when we do the show. So this show is going to be unprofessional, but kind of professional in a way.
Pretty much.
Of course, it had business being brought up on this show. This is a show. And to be honest, BVD, since you want to keep crying in the comments section, the quicker you realize that this is a show, the better off you'll be. I mean, I haven't seen anything this bad since we tried to do BVD Explains last week, and you didn't want to have anything to do with it for whatever reason. This is a show. So the sooner you start playing along, the better off we'll both be.
Yeah, I'm looking at the comments. Celine's like, "You guys gonna get me back on? We'll get any. Hey, you want to be on the show with us as a guest? Just reach out."
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
No, I'm not timing BVD out. Stop it. Now, Celine Driver made the comment a minute ago that said the best ever episode of the Unprofessional Sports Show was the episode that he appeared on. Is that true or false?
It was a pretty good one.
It was a good one, but I'm going to say false. I think the first one was the best one.
My God.
Yeah.
See? Yeah. A question is asked, a question is answered.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Now, Ballard, you tiptoed through the tulips. Do you want to try again?
Well, Chess is wrong again because the best episode. I enjoyed each one.
I thought the first one was the best one because I literally had a panic attack through the whole show and I was nervous the whole time.
Yeah,
And I cried at the end because
I've never seen Chess. I have never seen Chess so happy than he was on the first episode. That's saying a lot because he just, I don't know. He doesn't really show. I'm not saying like Chess, you're not happier ever or anything. I'm not saying that, but like, I've never seen you like truly smile or anything than you did on the first episode.
It made me happy, man. It gave me a lot. It gave me a little bit of more passion for YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm bringing it back, man. I miss doing the show with you, bro, for sure.
Yeah, man.
Let me
I've
give you
never
some
fired
advice,
your ass.
too, on the thing from earlier where you felt like it wasn't getting the views or whatever that you thought it would get. Do a show that you want to do. Don't pay attention to how many views it's getting, especially after only 3, 4, 5 episodes a month, whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of a backwards way to look at it, in my opinion.
sound
need to
good.
figure out what you want to do, not what you think people want to see. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna hit some of the times, and you're gonna miss some of the times. I've started and stopped a dozen series on my main channel, series of videos. I was like, oh, this would make a good series. I'll do a few, and eventually you find out it's working or it's not. You just try something different. I mean, some things are gonna work, some aren't. But don't get so hung up on the views, especially in the very beginning.
Yeah.
The call-in show I do at night is probably the most popular show I have on this channel. Well, it's the one that's been around the longest. It's the one that I've put the most effort and energy into. And it's nothing. It was nothing 2 years ago compared to what it is now. Not just in terms of the number of people that watch it, but the way it looks, the flow of the show, the setup of the show, the graphics that are on screen. I mean, I didn't decide to start the call-in show and then right away it looked like the call-in show you see now. You know what I mean? I used to do the call-in show, and I would be lucky if 2 people would call in over the course of an hour. Now I could do the call-in show for 5 hours and the phone would never stop ringing. But I just kept doing what I wanted to do and tweaking it and, figuring out maybe some things that worked and some things that didn't and went from there. And that's how y'all should approach this show that y'all are doing.
Right.
I don't pre-plan a lot of my shows now because I've been doing them a long time and they kind of have their own pattern and routine now. But in the beginning, I did. I would sit down, I would write down a list of topics that I would want to talk about or whatever. So y'all might want to do that in the beginning, just so you're not sitting there going, well, what do we talk about now? Or there's, dead air type of thing.
Yeah.
And tweak it as you go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
a billion people didn't watch the first episode of Friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 10 people watched it, but a billion people watched the last episode or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it grows over time. Don't be so quick to give up on it next time. Now you're gonna have to make some changes. I make changes all the time. I still make changes to the night show. I still make changes to this show. The every show. The show I have with Pete. That's the least watched show I do.
The lunch money?
Yeah, I'm not considering canceling the show. We just started it.
Right.
2 or 3 months ago, and it's it's on at noon. Me and Pete are still tweaking the platform and changing things here and there, and it takes a while to develop these things. Don't be so quick to give up.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I pulled the trigger on it early, and I am sorry for doing that, Ballard. I shouldn't have done it.
It's fine, man. I get it.
And here's another thing too. If you're gonna do it Saturdays at 9, if there's a Saturday coming up where one of you can't do it, whether it's a work schedule, a family event, whatever the case, record something on Friday and upload it Saturday at 9.
That'd be cool.
You know what I mean? I mean, doing it live is better, obviously. People like the live chats and everything that goes along with that. And you should do it live as much as you can. But if there's ever a Saturday where you can't do it, it's better to pre-record something and have it upload at 9 o'clock on Saturday than it would be just to not do anything at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that. For sure.
It would work.
Yeah. I mean, because people are going to watch and listen to y'all. It's not going to be 500 people in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, there's 180 people here now, and I've been doing this show for over a year.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe you get 20, maybe you get 40 or 50, whatever. You just keep doing it. Eventually, it'll be 60, then it'll be 80, then it'll be 100. Then you'll be getting more than me. Then I'll be calling you, asking you for advice.
If we do make it big, which I think we will, I'll never forget where we came from. Ever.
Yeah.
Now, Chess, what do you think about this thing we're going to try where we get somebody to read the news?
Dude, that's awesome.
Isn't that a good
Really?
idea?
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
that's groundbreaking.
Now, do you think you could read the news?
Well, yeah, anybody can read the news.
Yeah, that's true. Well, no, not South Carolina fans.
That is true. I didn't take that into account. Put me down on the list. Put me down on the list. I'll audition for it. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Well, we're gonna. I think we're gonna do the auditions maybe Thursday and Friday. So whatever any of those 2 days that you have time and you're watching, I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do it yet. If it'll be a call in, you know what I'll do? Maybe I'll turn on the nighttime phone call system.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Saturday or
Just-
Friday and let people call in that way because I don't know. It looks like I might not have. I don't know if BVD's gonna. I don't know. I don't know what he's. I don't know if he's. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with BVD. But anyway, whether he's here or not, that's what we're gonna do on Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'll be there Friday.
Yeah. Now I'm not gonna give you the news. You know, you got to come up with the news on your own.
Oh, I know that.
And if there's any if there's any segments or bits that you can think of, like we just as an example, is this real or is this fake thing that we talked about or whatever, and it doesn't have to be sports related, but it can be sports related, or it can be some sports and some not. It can be Florida man stories, it can be entertainment stories, it can be news of the weird, it can be whatever.
That's cool with me, man. That's awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I hope we get I hope we get some people that want to do it. And maybe if it works, we'll just I don't know, if we can't find one person that wants to do it all the time, maybe we'll just rotate people or something. I don't know.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
I think it has some potential.
Oh,
Now, see, when I first start this, Ballard, when I first start this news thing that I'm going to do, it's not going to be that good. You know?
Takes time.
It's not going to be that good. And then by the second week that we're doing it, it might be a little bit better. And then we'll tweak a few things. And then I'll end up coming up with some graphics to throw up on the screen when whoever's reading the news, and it'll, that kind of thing. And it'll get better over time,
Yeah, dude. You got my 100% support.
Yeah. You think Tiger Cat could read the news?
Heck yeah, Tiger Cat can read the news.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Totally.
Do it.
The more
We
the
need somebody
merrier.
doing the weather, everything.
Now, that would be good.
We
Yeah.
get
You know who needs to do the weather? Celine, are you
Who?
still in here? Celine needs to do the weather.
he's
Are y'all friends with him on Facebook?
No.
Oh,
I'm not.
I am.
every time it rains on the west coast of Africa,
Oh god.
Celine's got a post about it. Oh no!
He's so
Here comes raining on the west coast of Africa. The hurricane here in 2 weeks.
I can confirm that because I'm friends with him on Facebook.
and I'm not making fun of him. It's hilarious, but so I'm not making fun of him. It just is funny. But yeah, so he would make if I ever want to know anything about any potential tropical storms or hurricanes heading Florida's way, I just go to Celine's Facebook page and start scrolling. They're all on there. But we need to get him to do. Maybe he can be the weatherman.
You need to have you need to have a weatherman or weather girl. Either one's fine.
Yeah.
And then, y'all do the sports talk. Well, I don't know. Be like a real news anchor.
Oh, you're saying we should have like 30 minutes of the show could just be like an actual newscast.
Yeah.
Somebody could come on and read like real world news. So we have a sports person come on and read sports news. Have Celine come on and read the weather. That kind of thing.
Yes, and then the last bit of the show, you and BBD like usual.
You know,
Do
that's
we
not a
know
bad
what
idea.
You know what we could do? Every now and then, get a mute. Do we know anyone who's musically gifted that could
Yeah.
do a performance or something here or there?
Blake West, Cranjus.
Yeah, I forget.
A couple of different people that can play the guitar.
Heck yeah.
I think that's what you should do. You should do 30 minutes of news and topics, everything, and then the last part of the show, you and BBD. That sounds like.
Yeah.
It's my suggestion.
I think the only thing we would rule politics off limits because that would do more
Yes.
that would do more harm than good, and it's hard to make politics funny. No matter how funny you can make a funny political joke, but only half the population's going to think it's funny, no matter what, depending on who the butt of the joke is. If I make a Joe Biden joke, half the people are going to think that's funny. The other half of the people are going to hate me. If I make a Trump joke, same thing. So we'll probably do no politics as part of the news. It
We
would
gotta
have
have
to
a
be other
traffic
news.
man too.
Oh, a traffic. Oh,
get a Georgia
oh,
Tech fan.
you know what
Like
the
a
traffic
player
guy
in
could
the-
do? The traffic
What?
guy could update us on how many views everybody's channel is getting.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
That's
Yeah.
traffic.
Dude.
You know, that's called traffic. Views are traffic. You know, oh, this channel's
Yeah.
getting a lot of traffic.
Oh, we're giving Lou lots of thoughts in his head now. You better write this stuff down.
Yeah, I need to make you two like executive producers of the news segment because y'all are coming up with all the good ideas.
I'm just here to help out, man. Like that, I would write it down and definitely get to auditioning for sure.
Tucker Carlson says, "Why am I getting?" I have no idea why you're getting. I haven't timed you out. I don't know. I trust the mods though, but I don't know what they time. I don't know what you did that got you timed out. It's hard for me to pay attention to the chat close enough to figure out what's going on most of the times. But so I don't know. Whoever's timing him out, maybe you can tell him. Maybe you can let him know why he's being timed out at least. Well, this ended up being a great show, even though BVD got mad. Besides that, it was a good show.
BBD's a good guy. We all love BBD.
Of course we
Yeah.
do. We all do.
Yes.
Got his panties in a wad this morning, though.
Yeah.
This show is entertainment. It has to be. I don't know why he got so mad.
Exactly.
I mean,
Mhm.
people can say whatever they want. When there's something going on, people like to talk about it. He didn't have to answer the question or elaborate or whatever he didn't want to do. I don't know why he got mad. Now Jose Mendoza's getting timed out too. What's going on?
Wait a minute.
Jose Mendoza been here a long time. What'd he do?
I think he said something smart ass to me, so I timed it out to be a dick.
Celine?
No, I did.
Celine's a mod. You can't time him out.
No, I didn't time Celine out. I timed out Jose Mendoza. He was being a dick.
Oh, Chess Hall said he timed you out, Jose. What what did he do, Chess?
I can go back and read it. Try to. Oh, great. Oh, damn, it's gonna take forever.
Celine, he didn't have to go down the road. It doesn't mean I'm not going to ask him what happened. He doesn't have to answer, or he can give any answer
Jose
he wants,
Mendoza
but
said
I'm not going to apologize for
Chess has
asking
never
him.
worked for.
Chess Hall was in there. I asked him what happened. He told me, and that literally ended the story.
Jose Mendoza said Chess has never worked for anything in his life except cut out coupons for Wendy's.
Damn.
And Jose Mendoza can suck my nuts.
What kind of Wendy's coupons did you have?
I've never had a Wendy's coupon in my life. What are you talking about?
You ever had Wendy's chili?
Yeah, that shit's. I found out what was in that shit. I've never ate it since.
Is it? I don't think I've ever had it, but I hear people talk about it all the time. Is it any good?
It's good, but don't read what's in it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh.
Don't read.
I don't want to know.
Well,
I don't want to know what's in anything, or like, you ever known somebody that worked at a restaurant that you like to eat at, and they're like,
Yes.
man, don't eat here. I don't even want to hear those stories. You know, like I know McDonald's is nasty. I don't, I know that, but I block it out if I want a quarter pounder. I just don't think about it. I just go eat it. My brother is in the pest control business, and he does residential now, but he used to do commercial. And he used to tell me the situations in the kitchens of some of these restaurants around town, and I had to tell him, just stop telling me. Just stop. Roaches everywhere, stuff like that. And I just, you go in there, you kick the stove, 1,000 roaches run out, that kind of thing.
Oh God!
And I was just like, man, I don't want to hear anymore, because literally, you'd end up never eating out anywhere ever again if you listen to some of these stories. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, trust me. Yeah, I worked fast food before. That's my first job. Yeah.
Which one did you work at?
Arby's.
So you probably saw some nasty shit there. I mean, you don't have to get into what it was, but like my brother worked at McDonald's in high school, and same thing. He used to tell me something. And I was like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, because if I want an Egg McMuffin, I'm going to get an Egg McMuffin. I don't want to hear about what goes on back there.
I've seen some nasty shit. I'll just say that.
Let me ask you something. If a restaurant has a drive-through, is it automatically considered fast food?
That's a good question.
Because where I work at Fazoli's, there is a drive-through. I don't know if I'd call it fast food, though.
Where I live at, the Subway has a
You live at the
drive-through.
Subway?
Huh?
Never mind.
Subway, I don't know what's considered fast food or not. I don't know.
Now, is there any truth, you think, to the thing you hear all the time, where they go, you better not piss the restaurant people off, they'll spit in your food?
Oh, it's true. It's true. I've seen it.
Oh.
I have.
Well, I've probably eaten a lot of people's spit then, because I don't take no shit when I'm not pulling up and waiting. You know what I mean?
Oh, man, I love that McDonald's video you did. No, it's okay. I got time to wait here.
I've never seen that video. I wish I could have seen it. Damn it.
Yeah, I've probably eaten a lot of people's spit if that really happens.
Sir, can you pull up to the parking space?
No, I'm not.
Hufferbilly brings up an interesting point. Maybe instead of setting aside like an entire 30 minutes where we have a news guy on, then a sports guy, then a weather guy, then a traffic guy, maybe split it up. So like sometime between 8 and 8:30 we do the news. Sometime around 9 we do the sports. Sometime around 9:30 we do the weather or whatever. Split it up like that.
Yeah.
And those are the kinds of things that I mean when I say you have to tweak things as you go. Could be we start this and I do 30-minute news show and everyone hates it or whatever, it doesn't work, and I say, okay, we need to kind of spread this out some. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. You got to be willing to adapt when you start something new.
Right.
But I think there's some potential there. It may take some time to work out the details on it or whatever and get the people lined up to do it and all that. But I think there's some potential in that idea. And I will be crediting Ballard Sports Media and TikTok Chess Hall as executive producers on this show as they were able to provide some amazing ideas. So,
Yes, sir.
now maybe Sam Bell could be the traffic guy.
Oh, yeah. Sam Bell.
Or maybe he could just come on and tell everyone to shut up all the time. He really enjoys that.
That'd be good.
Love you, Sam Bell. You're awesome.
He is.
He's a good dude.
It's hilarious whenever you see somebody in a chat somewhere that doesn't know him, and he tells them to shut up.
Yeah.
And they're like, "What the fuck? What are you doing?"
Yeah, it happened to me when I didn't know who he was, and he told me to shut up one time, and I was like, "Wait a minute, why you shut up?" And we were going back and forth, and BVD had to finally tell me, "No, Lou, he just does that to everybody."
I'll tell you
who is
what.
this guy?
I let him on my streams all the time. He's a really good dude. But the day he tells me to shut up on my stream,
Now that sounds like a challenge,
it
Sam
hasn't
Bell.
happened yet. It hasn't happened yet. But if that ever happens, woo.
Well, guys, I appreciate y'all coming on.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Luke.
I'm
Yes,
glad.
sir,
I'm glad the Unprofessional Sports Show is back up and running.
We
And maybe do y'all have guests on there, or what is that?
Yeah, we have guests in there.
Okay.
Our first, I can't say our first guest yet. That's
How do you have guests? Do y'all do it through the StreamYard?
StreamYard?
Yeah,
you
that's
can
easy.
be on camera or not on
Yeah.
camera, whichever you prefer.
Yeah. Well, maybe Uncle Lou will get invited on there one day.
absolutely.
Yes, sir. No doubt.
I don't think I was ever on season 1, was I?
No.
I figured you're always busy on Saturdays.
Well, that's true. Yeah. If you're gonna do it at 9, during the
We'll probably have
season,
you on like when the season's over
yeah.
with. Like,
Or
on
as long as
Saturday.
I'm not streaming, I could come on at 9 for a little bit probably. But
Yeah.
sometimes I'm streaming the primetime games. But
Yes, sir.
anyway,
Well, that's right. You stream on your Patreon, don't you?
yeah, and then sometimes I stream on the regular channel too. Sometimes I stream 2 time slots on the weekend. But Anyway,
Yes, sir.
Uncle Lou to the hill this weekend. Chess, how come you're not going to the hill this weekend?
I don't have a ride up there. I would.
Do I go by you on the way there? You live near I-75?
Yeah.
You do?
Yes. I live like where Calhoun is. I live maybe 10 minutes from Calhoun.
Because
I-75 is right through Calhoun.
I'm taking I-75 to I-40
Mm.
in Tennessee.
You should come right through where I am.
So how far are you off the interstate?
Off the interstate, probably about 10 minutes.
Do you want to go?
I would love to go. Yeah, it'd be fun. I
Now,
don't think I can fit in your car.
oh, well, I know. I think you can. There's no back seat really in that car, so the front seat scoots all the way back. I think you can fit in there.
Is your son not going?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think we made a joke about that the other day about you fitting in a Mustang, but
Yeah,
I
I was
think
laughing.
I mean you can fit in there. You might not
Love
be, you might
to
not
do
be very comfortable, but
I
it's,
mean,
it's
yeah,
not
I'd
a very
love to.
it's not a very comfortable car anyway.
I
Yeah.
can send you my address and you can look and see how far it is off the thing or whatever you want.
All right. Now, if Uncle Lou goes ahead and tells you he's going to be there at a certain time,
Oh, I'll be out there waiting, ready on you. Trust me.
okay, but
Yeah.
you understand my concern though.
Yes, I understand.
If Uncle Lou gets to your house and you're not there, or you're asleep, or you're not ready, or
Maybe distracted.
you've gone to
I'll
the
be
chicken
waiting on you in
shack
the
or
driveway.
whatever the case,
I'll be waiting on
Are
you in
you
the driveway.
serious?
that would be disappointing.
Dude,
I'll be in the driveway.
the president of Notre Dame is upset because all the Notre Dame fans rushed the field during a pandemic.
Of course
They
he is. Ryan
It's
Kelly
over.
was upset too. He told his team ahead of time, if we win this game and they rush the field, run,
pissed.
don't walk, straight to the locker room. He was worried about his players catching COVID.
Mm.
Which I don't blame him. He's undefeated. Well, the last thing you want now is somebody get the damn COVID up there and cost you a game because the students rushed the field. So I don't blame him for telling the team that. You know, normally the team will stay out on the field and celebrate with the fans when that happens.
I just can't wait for next football season to get started.
But Lou, thanks for having me on here, Ballard. Love you, bro.
No, bro.
Send me
Give
your
me-
address. Send me your address again, Chess. We'll see if we can work it out.
All right, bro. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, buddy.
See you.
Bye. All right, Ballard. I'm gonna get off of here too. Got to end the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
All right, buddy.
Have a good day.
Yep. We'll
You're
talk to you
welcome.
next time.
Yep.
All right. Ballard and Chess Hall joining us on the morning show this morning. And BVD joining us for a little bit too. Great show today. I told y'all when I started the show it would be a good show today, and I think I came through. Unique 863 says, fun fact, Kirby Smart 0-7 against top 10 recruiting rosters. I don't think that's true. Unless you're saying Florida doesn't have a top 10 roster, or Auburn. What would the 7 losses be? I don't know about that. Is that true? I know Kirby Smart has one of the highest winning percentages against top 10 teams of any active coach. But you're not talking about top 10 ranking. You're talking about top 10. I don't know what you mean by top 10 recruiting rosters. You're talking about the 24/7 Sports Talent Index. What are the 7 games he's lost against top 10 teams? 3 to Bama. Okay, that's somebody just named. Well, we've lost to Bama 3 times. Let's look that up. All right, here we go. I'll put it up on the screen so we can all share in this misery. We lost to Alabama this year. They're the 2nd most talented team. Lost to Florida. They're the 7th most talented team. So that's 0-2 this year. Go to last year. Lost to, who'd we lose to last year? LSU. So that's 0-3. (2018) we lost to Bama. That's 0-4. We lost to LSU that year too. That's 0-5. And Texas we lost to that year. That's 0-6. Yeah, and then we lost to Bama in 17. Damn. Oh, but we beat Auburn in 17. So need you to adjust your record there, sir, accordingly. Thank you. We beat Auburn in 2017. So try to keep that in mind if you can. Auburn wasn't top 10 in any other year. No. What about 2016? Oh, 2016, we beat Auburn too. So, yeah, your numbers are wrong, sir. But you did try hard on that stat. But your numbers are wrong. Big old Harry Cajones 98. Thank you for the super chat. He says, I think BVD went to HR. Well, I'm going to just hope BVD didn't get any sleep last night, has been up all night, was just in a weird mood or something, and that's why he flew off the handle about being asked a question that he didn't want to answer. So, no, Kirby Smart is not 0-7 against top 10 rosters, but that was an interesting stat, though. Beat Notre Dame in 17 and 18. Yeah, they weren't in the top 10 talent, though. They're not talking about rankings. They're talking about team talent. Oh, yeah, Notre Dame was 10 in 17, so that's another win. That's 3 wins. 18, Notre Dame was 10 again. Yeah, that 0-7 thing was way wrong. I don't remember who said that now, but the 0-7 thing was way off. Way off. No, BVD has not been slacking for a couple of weeks. That's not true. Lou, do you think Beck will stick around? I don't think there's, from a playing time perspective, I don't think there's any reason for him to transfer after this year. He really shouldn't have thought he was going to get any playing time this year to start with. So if he leaves, I think it will be because he thinks he won't get any playing time in the future. Like, if we sign Brock Vandergriff, for example, or if we bring in another grad transfer QB next year or something. I don't think he's going to leave because he didn't play this year, because Carson Beck's not a recruit who should have planned on playing his first year. Very few QBs can play year one. Very few. Generally speaking, it's not a good idea to play a first-year quarterback. So I don't. If he does leave, I don't think it would have anything to do with him not playing this year. I think it would have to do with maybe him not liking his chances down the road to ever play. But I don't know that. I do think I do think one or two will leave, depending on what happens with with JT Daniels. I think Dwan Mathis will probably leave. We'll see about JT Daniels. I just don't know. If I had to pick one right now that I think is most likely to leave, it would be Dwan Mathis. If I had to pick two off of this roster that are most likely to leave at some point, it would be Dwan and Carson Beck. But I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know if Brock stays committed or not. I have no idea. He's from Athens. That helps. I think there's a lot of pressure on UGA to sign him because he's from Athens, and I think there's a lot of pressure on him to go to UGA. Whether or not he goes through with that commitment is anyone's guess. You know, I used to do this thing where I would get excited about highly rated commits, and then I would lose my mind when they uncommitted or decommitted and all this back and forth. And that's the main reason I quit following recruiting so closely. I couldn't handle the up and down of committing, decommitting, uncommitting, recommitting, top 5, top 3 lists. I couldn't. It was bad for my health. Yeah, I don't understand how BBD of all people doesn't understand that this is a show. It's for entertainment. I don't know why he was so quick to get upset this morning. It's just like, was it last week or the week before? I don't know how long a lot of y'all have been watching, but we used to do this thing called BBD Explains. And I would pick some complicated topic that literally no one could explain. And I wouldn't give BBD any warning at all. And I would just say, okay, BBD, explain whatever to us. We did it with coronavirus when coronavirus first was a thing, and no one knew what it was or wasn't, or how bad it was, or how bad it might be, or nothing. I mean, before all the, back and forth about masks and shutdown, way before all that. This was like back in February or March, and no one could explain coronavirus back then. And BVD would have to take 5 minutes and try to explain to us what coronavirus was. It was hilarious. We did it the other day with something. What was it? I forget. Oh, I think it was BVD had to explain the election results. And he just, he wouldn't do it. He didn't want to do it. No effort or I don't know. I don't know. This is a show. I'm not saying I'm the most entertaining person on planet Earth, but the goal with these shows is to entertain people. I don't know why he got so upset about that. I literally just asked him what was said. I don't know why he got upset. Anyway, no morning show tomorrow, but we'll be back Thursday at 8 a.m. Get your auditions ready. We will be doing live auditions for the new news part of the morning show. We're going to try to get up and running here. So we'll figure it out. Maybe I'll do a StreamYard on Thursday. That'll make it easy for people to join in and out. You don't even have to come on camera. I know a lot of people don't want to be on camera. You don't have to come on camera. On StreamYard, there's a button you can push, turns your camera off. So you don't have to worry about us seeing you or anyone else seeing you. Or it just makes it easy for people to join the show in and out. Maybe we'll do it that way on Thursday, and it's up to you. You can audition for the main news guy. You can audition for the sports guy. Maybe you want to audition for the weather guy. Maybe you want to audition for the traffic guy. Whatever. We'll do that on Thursday. We'll see how it goes, and if there's enough people that want to do it, we'll do some more auditions on Friday. Whatever, and we'll try to figure it out. Michael, just be here Thursday. Whoever wants to come on an audition, we will let come on an audition. Read us the news. But I am going to get out of here, guys. I'll be back at 12 for the Lunch Money Show with Pigskin Pete. We'll be talking about this weekend's games and how we can try to make some money on them. Hope to see some of you there. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy your Tuesday, and I'll see you again real soon. Have a good morning.